Hi, I'm Brett Parker, multimedia specialist for snack food and wholesale bakery. Today we're highlighting Pretzelized, a company that's revolutionizing snacking by combining classical snacks with pretzels. Here to discuss this with us is Jason Cohen and Sam Kestenbaum, founders of Pretzelized. Gentlemen, thanks for being here today.
We're really excited to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Could you please explain the initial inspiration behind forming Pretzelized?
I'll take a shot. I think both of us have, different emotional reasons as to doing this. But, I think first and foremost, we both grew up on pretzels. We love pretzels. And, our whole career has been defined by, creating new categories within categories, whether it was with veggie straws, creating a better for you snack platform using a straw as a version of a potato chip with some vegetable purees, to partnering with the founders of Skinny Pop to create a new way of eating popcorn. Um, with pretzels, they're predominantly sold in the snack aisle, and whether um, people have changed a lot of times the salt content or the flavor, no one's really played with the actual base of the product. And what my vision was is if I can take all of America's favorite snacks and turn them into pretzels. So the first area of interest for Sammy and I was taking crackers. If you go down the cracker aisle of any retailer, you really don't see any pretzels, and that aisle is looking for new ways of bringing people into those aisles and looking for consumption opportunities. And there's a lot of everything crackers and wafer crackers and wheat-free crackers, but there's nothing pretzel. So we've developed the world's first pretzel cracker. Um, Second item that we are launching is everyone loves pita chips and everyone loves pretzels. And if the two were to have a baby, what would it look like? And we tried to do that, within labs or talking to OBGYNs and others. And we figured out how to create the world's first pretzel pita chip. Um, I'll let Sammy take it from here, but this was about 10 to 15 years of idolation of trying to find the right time and the right moment to do this. But this is the most exciting time that we've had in a very long time, in seeing everyone from your high-end retailers to your lower-end retailers all wanting innovation in pretzel.
And the only thing that I would add to that is, as Jason pointed out, especially as it relates to our cracker, is we look for opportunity gaps in the market. And one of the things that have been resonating with the buyers and retail partners that we've been talking to, as well as the consumers, is this is the first pretzel available in the cracker aisle. And our goal is to give the velocity and the turns of a salty snack pretzel, but that usage and versatility of a cracker. Very similar story on the pita chip there. So for us, it's providing a solution for these buyers and retailers, and ultimately that lead to incremental sales.
Do you guys face any challenges or obstacles in fusing a traditional snack with a pretzel product?
So we have been it's a great question, and it's kind of the purpose of our brand. We've been scouring the earth for almost a decade now. And what we learned is cookie people make cookies and cracker people make crackers, excuse me, and pretzel people make pretzels. But there was no one in the world that had the capability to combine multiple snack types together. So we went out, we made a very large bet on this product that we just launched on April 1st, to really create the world's first hybrid snack that truly combined two favorite snacks in one.
We spent about 18 to 24 months after scouring the earth, and we really thought we would find someone who can make it, because it's a lot easier to test something with someone who has the equipment. But ultimately, we had to partner with a manufacturer who loved making traditional pretzels, found this to be extremely intriguing. And 24 months later, we have the world's first equipment. It's about as long as a football field, where we figured out how to make certain doughs rise. And at the same time, when you're making pretzels, you dunk them in what's called a caustic solution, So we had to time things in a certain way to make the authenticity of the original product and the pretzel vision all come together. We didn't want this to be just a gimmick. We wanted it to have this authentic bite and crunch of a cracker or a pita chip, but also have that shell. And it's coming back to what you just said you argue with your dad about, where this really resonated to Sammy and I. We were on vacation and we got the bread at the steak restaurant and it had the pretzel roll. And we both jumped from both sides of the table for this one roll.
I got it, by the way. That was all mine.
And then we started seeing advertisements with fast food restaurants using pretzel buns and realized that people just wanted that pretzel flavor on other items. And no one was doing it in the snacking category. It was doing a lot in frozen and in baked goods, which was the impetus of doing this. And betting on the come that we would have the right expertise and trusting our manufacturer and our equipment guys. Product is phenomenal, and obviously we can't wait for you to try it. But we've gotten incredible distribution and rave reviews from consumers who have had the opportunity to test it with us.
Well, has this process taught you anything new and valuable about innovation in snack creation?
Well, I'll let Sammy tell his part, but for me, when I go back to like the original with veggie straws, it was the shape, and we own that shape, and we became identified as veggie straws, right? You could take the product out of the bag, and people knew what it was. With this, the barrier of the entry is high because we spent, a few $1,000,000 per piece of equipment just to get going. And we really couldn't find someone who can mimic what we wanted to produce in the high quality and authenticity that we did. So for us, we're going to create this pretzolution or this pretzelization of a number of snack products and be known as the guys that have combined, the world's favorite products into one. So it's not like what does a mushroom taste like, or what is, this strange ingredient. We're taking traditional products and just making them fun. And you know what a pretzel tastes like, and you know what a pita chip tastes like. They taste really good, even alone, and they taste even better when they're combined together.
Yeah, and I think Jason and I have been fortunate enough where we've created some of the world's best-selling, better-for-you snacks and snack brands out there. And everything we do has to be unique, right? It's part of that innovation process for us. But one of the things that I learned this go around that I didn't necessarily experience the last time with Parm Crisp was, as Jason said before, this is really a mass product. Everyone understands what a pita chip is. Everyone understands what a pretzel is. Having the ability to combine those to create a snack that you're eating multiple times a week, it really doesn't have a top. So it's really for everybody. And we'll get through most of this interview. And yes, we are natural. And yes, we are sold in Whole Foods and fully compliant. But that's not exactly what we talk about. We talk about what makes us unique and different. In today's world, I think everyone or most people that launch a product in the food space are going after those natural claims. So 15 years ago, that was super important. That's all you had to be. And things like sprouted sawdust or almond flour, still very important, but what we're targeting is really the masses. We want a snack that's made for everyone. And one of the things that I learned from Jason when his kids were 10 and 11 years old, as my kids are now, is kids will tell you the truth. So we give this to their schools, we give this to them, and the response has been unanimous that they love the crunch and love the taste.
I also think, this may or may not be of your question, but when I look at innovation today, everyone jumped on, including us and our other brands, and there's still great platforms, but the supernatural or the vegan or the plant-based, it has a nice, consumer cult following, but you kind of tap out into your traditional format retailers where their expectations of turns or what you need to stay in. Retailers are struggling. Inflation's been high. And they're looking for products that have good bulk density, that are unique, but are very easily identifiable to all their consumers, not just a small subset of them. And what Pretzelized, as Sammy said, is this is a product that works in a Whole Foods and also could work in a Target and a Walmart. Their price points are very similar to competitive items in those sets, and you're not paying up for our innovation, and you're not questioning if I like those ingredients. They're all the same ingredients that you get in those top multi-billion-dollar snacks that are purchased in those retailers today.
Well, touching down on those ideals, has this brand inspired any fresh new methods for marketing a product?
Yeah, I think as we look at our approach to the retail space in general and the push that we've seen really since, COVID, maybe a few years before that, where everyone was running towards e-com, we are really brick and mortar marketers, if you will. Everything we do starts at the store. We think like a retailer. So every piece of innovation that we launch has a big merchandising play that goes along with it. And that's to really get the product out there, because still 70% of snack sales are done off shelf, right? So our goal is, how do we get to that consumer? How do we hit the consumer 9 different times in the store so they stop and buy us? E-com is still very important, and the shop at home experience for retailers is still extremely important. But our goal and what we do is we want to find those consumers at that point.
And then, as Sammy said, we are also understanding that there is a consumer that is coming to age, that is identifying products through TikTok and through social, and they're perusing the internet to try to find innovation. So we've partnered with influencers. One, for example, is climbing Mount Everest over the next 5 weeks, and he's going to take our pretzel pita chips and scoop it at the top of the snow at Mount Everest. And he's got millions of people following him each day, watching him on this journey. So we don't necessarily know how to ROAS it and figuring out what the return is on some of these, but we know people are talking about it. We know, when I walk into a restaurant the other night, 5 people told me, "I can't believe you got Devin." I go, "Devin who?" I thought they were talking about my niece. They said, "No, Devin, who's climbing Mount Everest." So people's eyes are starting to pay attention to these things, and even if they don't purchase from the internet or from Instagram, when they see this display the next time they walk into a ShopRite or a Whole Foods, they'll be, "Oh, I think that's the product that was at Mount Everest last week." So
Starting the Pretzelution at the top of the world.
What better place, right? So has this experience inspired any new ideas for unconventional snack products going into the future? Anything you can share with us?
Well, I think, as we hinted, there's a lot of other categories within snacks that we want to combine with. From pita, we're playing with other things, from flatbreads to bagels to croissants. We don't necessarily have a timeline as to when we want to launch those things, but we see, Pretzelized as, what else can we pretzelize in this world that would taste good?
Because everything's better as a pretzel. So as we look at other categories, as Jason said, it doesn't have to be within snacks, but we are really on a mission to pretzelize the world, right? So I think finding manufacturers and finding production capabilities is going to be a challenge for some of this, as we saw for our products. But again, I think that's what creates barriers for us and what makes us unique, different, and special.
All right. Well, where online can people find out more information about Pretzelized?
Well, they can go to anywhere that you would find out information. So we're all over Instagram. We're all over TikTok. You can buy our products or find out more information at pretzelized.com, which is our website. But by the end of this year, you'll be able to walk into most retailers in the United States and see a Pretzelized product.
If you're looking for specific URLs, that's pretzelized.com or at Pretzelized Snacks. is our Instagram or our TikTok.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Jason Cohen and Sam Kestenbaum of Pretzelized, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
We enjoyed being with you today.